Senator McKenzie. RS 22598C2.
Thank you. Committee, this RS relates to the regulation of firearms on college campuses, or public college campuses in the state of Idaho. And it's an issue that is relates to a fundamental one in our state constitution. In our Bill of Rights, Section 1, Article 1, and then Section 11 basically starts off, the people have the right to keep and bear arms, which is a fundamental right that we've put in our Constitution. This addresses that particular right on Idaho campuses. It's an issue that we've had before this committee in prior sessions, and through the discussions that have arisen when it's come up before, we've tried to craft a bill that both protects that constitutional right, but also takes into consideration the concerns that were expressed in committee and testimony, as well as over this summer and otherwise. And so, what this would do would basically provide that colleges and universities have the right to regulate firearms on campus, but it doesn't extend to the lawful possession or transport of firearms by basically two categories of persons. Those are retired military and those who have an enhanced carry license, which is persons. You have to be over the age of 21, you have to be a resident of Idaho, you have to have taken the enhanced carry class, which has instructions on the use of firearms, the laws related to self-defense and firearms in the state of Idaho, and then you have to, as part of that, you have live fire training as well. And then obviously you can't be prohibited from carrying a firearm by state or federal law. And then the other provisions just provide that even those categories cannot carry in a dormitory or residence hall or at a entertainment facility with a large seating capacity. Early versions of this RS put that number at 2,500. In consultation with various interested parties, that's at 1,000. So it's basically saying any facility that seats 1,000 or more would be prohibited. And then it goes on and addresses the issue of individuals. If you are, currently it is a crime to have a concealed weapon and be under the influence of alcohol or intoxicating drug. We enhanced the penalty for that, so you would actually lose your license as well as any other penalty. And then we put an immunity provision for the colleges and universities related to they're setting a policy. So they're not going to be liable simply for setting a policy that allows or disallows the constitutional right to bear arms within this framework. So those are the general provisions. I think this is a bill that if we print, we will have some very lively debate in committee and otherwise, but I do think it's an issue that we should consider. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Hill.
Madam Chair, would Senator McKenzie yield to a question?
Yes. Senator McKenzie.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senator McKenzie, I'm on page 3 here. I just want to I didn't have time to look up the references on code sections, so if you just help me. You said this was for only those who had the enhanced carry, yet there are 2 sections here under which the person can qualify. I'm looking at line 7 on page 3. Again, I just haven't looked those up. Are those both regarding enhanced carry?
Senator McKenzie.
No, if I said that, I misspoke. There's 2. It's retired law enforcement and those who have the enhanced carry. So 18-3302H is retired law enforcement, and 3302K is the enhanced carry.
Madam Chair?
Senator Hill.
Madam Chair, Senator McKenzie, great, thank you. The only other one is on line 43, again referring to Idaho Code section. Could you explain what that is in reference to?
Senator McKenzie.
let's see. So in that section, we made an exceptions to basically law enforcement carrying out law enforcement duties, persons that are authorized by the campus to carry, so that if they authorize security personnel who are otherwise able to carry, they could do that. And so I think C1 that you're referring to, I'd have to look that one up, but I think that one is, it relates to law enforcement personnel, but I'd have to check that specific one.
Mr. Chairman?
Senator Work.
Senator
Mr.
Work.
Chairman, if I read correctly, or Madam Chairman, I'm really sorry.
Okay.
If I read correctly, 19202A is legal jeopardy in cases of self-defense and defense of other threatened parties. So it has to do with,
Senator McKenzie?
yeah,
Okay, thank you. I'll
danger.
yeah, I wasn't sure what specifically that one was, but there are those five that relate, that apply under that section there.
Senator Work, do you have another question?
Madam Chairman, if others are done, I wasn't sure. I was just, I had managed to look it up, but I do have a question.
Senator Work.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Senator McKenzie, thank you for bringing this. When I do, I mean, looking up the code section in 2C here on page 3, does now provide the question, and we can get to this when we're certainly discussing it further when it's been printed, but it appears then that what we're doing is we're providing an exception to carrying within a dormitory or residence or a entertainment facility when we have cases of self-defense. And I guess I'm a little confused, and maybe we can again deal with it later, but if you're not supposed to have a firearm within those venues, I'm not sure how 19202A becomes operative unless you come from outside to go inside with a weapon. So I'm a little confused. I'd like certainly more clarification about it.
Senator McKenzie?
Yeah, and I think that would apply in a situation, so if, like, someone in a dorm room is being attacked and calls for help, and you go in and protect their life, that's not going to be a crime.
Senator Work, do you have any? Okay, thank you. Senator Stennett?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Thank you, Senator. I just wanted to get a little clear about the enhanced carry. So my understanding is there'd be some training to get the permit to be able to carry, or something that elevates it to just being able to have a license for it. Law enforcement goes in front of regular intervals of being retrained for high-stress situations. Is there a recurring piece of this, or is it a one-time that they get this training, and then once they have it, they have it? Does a carrier have to have training after the initial time?
Senator McKenzie?
We didn't make a different standard than the enhanced carry permit. So that doesn't have recurring requirements. But the way this is written, I think you have to have within the past 12 months completed the carry course in order to get that. And so once you have the enhanced carry license, you don't have to go through another class in order to keep it.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Senator Fulcher?
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. I move that we print RS 22598C2.
I'll second it.
It's been moved by Senator Fulcher, seconded by Senator Sidaway,
Madam Chairman?
that we print RS 22598C2. Are there any further questions? Senator Work?
Madam Chairman, thank you. I did have another question, and Senator McKenzie, I just wanted clarification. In Section 2 of the bill on page 1, in sub 2, reference is made to 183302 and then 183302H and then K. And 3302 is the issuance of licenses for concealed weapons, not associated with the enhanced conceal carry. So I'm just trying to figure out whether or not we're talking about people with the enhanced or not in this particular piece of legislation. Because
Senator McKenzie?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman, Senator Work. That provision applies to all licenses, and that's the provision that says if you're carrying under the influence of alcohol or drugs, you lose. So if you have any category of license, you would lose that for a period of 3 years.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Work. All right, we have the RS before us. Those in favor signify by, to print. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The RS will be printed. Thank you, Senator McKenzie.